Hello，大家好，歡迎收睇 Rack of Lamb。好似好耐未用過廣東話去做呢啲 intro 啦，嗬。不過咧，我覺得今日嘅 video 咧係好適合去用廣東話嘅。今日咧頭髮都非常之亂啦，但係真係冇時間去搞，所以唔理得咁多啦，因為太多嘢講。咁我幾個禮拜前咧就同我嘅大女一齊去飲茶啦，咁佢就話佢有啲肚痛，想食粥。我就有啲擔心啦，因為除咗魚片粥同埋雞粥咧，佢係好少食粥嘅。佢細個嗰陣時咧，我都曾經俾過佢試皮蛋瘦粥，佢係唔中意食嘅。飲茶嗰日咧，我就周圍去揾嗰個粥 cart 啦，粥 cart，you know what I mean？ 咁個 cart 咧就係得皮蛋瘦粥，唔諗咁多啦，攞一碗俾我大女食啦。咁佢食咗第一啖咧就話，Oh, this is so good！ 咁我做媽咪嘅梗係非常之開心啦，因為除咗魚片粥同埋雞粥咧，佢依家有皮蛋瘦粥呢個選擇。咁我一返到屋企咧，就開始研究點樣可以用真空煲去做一個非常之好味嘅皮蛋瘦粥。咁我今日嘅 video 咧係會教大家點樣做嘅，希望你中意啦。
我認為咧，其中一個可以令到人好窩心嘅早餐就係皮蛋瘦肉粥，又唔會太淡，又夠入味，仲有自己獨特嘅口感同埋味道。最好梗係配埋啲油條啦。用我食譜去煮皮蛋瘦粥呢，我包保你唔反眼呢，食完都會跳舞。大家不妨試下啦。用我食譜呢，你可以用普通壓力鍋或者一個 Instant Pot。首先放一杯 Jasmine Rice 喺個煲入邊，而家就洗米大約3次。洗完啲米之後呢，盡量倒晒所有水。我哋仲需要一個好大嚿嘅薑，個煲放返喺個壓力鍋底之後呢，就加入個薑，然後加7杯半水，1茶匙海鹽，1茶匙雞粉，仲有1茶匙麻油。混合之後呢，就閂咗個蓋。記住個 valve 呢要喺 ceiling 嗰個位置，然後就用 porridge feature 去用壓力煮。咁個壓力煲做緊佢要做嘅嘢呢，你就可以準備啲豬肩肉。我哋將大約5盎司切成薄片。我就覺得呢啲豬肉切得越薄片就越好啦。That way it doesn't really interfere with you when you're eating really smooth congee。我覺得切到咁個口度呢，就 perfect 啦。切完之後呢，就將啲豬肉塊放喺一個碟上邊。喺另外一個細碗裏面呢，我哋會加2茶匙水，半茶匙海鹽，2茶匙 cornstarch， 係咪澱粉啊？攪到勻晒之後呢，就放喺啲豬肩肉上邊，再加1茶匙油，將啲材料同豬肉混合，然後放埋一邊大概15分鐘。依家呢，就可以將3粒皮蛋切到細啲。If you've never seen or had 1000-year-old egg, you'll be surprised after I crack it open. Don't worry, it's not spoiled. 1000-year-old egg, also known as century egg, is a Chinese delicacy made through a preservation process that involves curing the eggs in a mixture of clay, ash, quicklime, and rice hulls. It has a smooth, gelatinous, and firm texture and possesses an acquired taste. 如果你睇緊我呢一個 video 呢，你應該都中意食皮蛋嘅嗬。我就好中意食啦，但係其他人唔中意呢，我就唔會好 surprise 咯。我中意切到啲蛋呢，非常之細，每粒可以切到超過16塊。依家就喺度慢慢等啲壓力完全釋放，我哋就同啲豬肩肉、皮蛋同埋白胡椒一齊好有耐性咁樣喺度等。我等咗大約20分鐘呢，啲壓力就 release 晒。我哋而家可以打開個蓋，然後攪勻啲粥。我哋亦都可以劈咗個薑佢，希望你唔好介意我咁粗魯啦。依家呢，就可以撳取消 or cancel， 然後就用saute個功能。當啲粥開始起泡呢，你就可以加入啲豬肉片，需要不停喺度攪到啲豬肉呢熟晒，大概3分鐘啦。如果你唔中意你啲粥太結呢，依家係時候加多啲水。我加咗半杯水。This is the consistency that I prefer. Feel free to add more or less to your liking. 依家係時候加入啲皮蛋，我哋就嚟搞掂啦。搞到混合晒之後呢，我哋就可以加啲白胡椒粉。 再搞多一次，我哋可以上碟啦。咁粥點解咁好呢？就因為你可以加入其他配菜，譬如肉鬆啦、豆豉鯪魚啦，或者油炸鬼。好彩呢，我個冰箱仲有2條，嘻嘻嘻，搵到耶！你唔使擔心喎，雖然喺冰箱攞出嚟，但係油炸鬼係好快 heat up 嘅。我通常呢就擺入我 air fryer 度，用350度 Fahrenheit air fry 5分鐘啫。煮完之後呢，熱辣辣、脆卜卜。油條側邊呢，我準備咗啲薑片同埋蔥，依家真係可以上碟啦。咁粥嘅厚度係個人嘅喜好啦，中意稀啲就加多啲水，中意厚啲就加少啲水。我自己呢就中意咁樣嘅 consistency， 我都中意加啲薑片喺上邊啦，同埋少少蔥，攪勻之後呢，有蔥個香，有薑個辣，一食咗一啖呢，就令到我回到童年。每個星期日呢，就會同屋企人一齊去飲茶。細個嗰陣呢，粥唔會係自己第一個選擇。依家呢，年紀大咗啦，就開始明白點解粥呢係一個 comfort food， 一碗米都可以煮到成大煲喎。我下一日呢，倒咗啲隔夜嘅皮蛋瘦肉粥喺個細煲裏邊，加咗啲水喺爐頭整熱，咁又一餐啦。隔咗一日呢，唔知點解啲粥呢係更加入味嘅喎，真係同永皇有得揮。如果你同我一樣係一個忙碌嘅人，但係你仍然想你啲小朋友品嚐自己嘅文化，你就用我嘅食譜去整皮蛋瘦肉粥啦。唔忙碌或者冇細路仔都唔緊要㗎，你想食咗一個餐係可以令到自己跳舞嘅話呢，就試下我呢一個食譜啦。Music。If you enjoyed my video, please like, share, and subscribe, and visit rackoflamb.com for more. Thanks for watching.